This video covers part 1 of receiving an inventory shipment. There are a couple scenarios for receiving inventory. This video covers 2 of those, receiving a bill at the same time as the inventory and receiving the bill before receiving the inventory. It also covers the situation where you purchased inventory items over the counter and you need to account for the purchase. Part 2 of receiving inventory covers receiving the inventory first, with the bill coming later. To follow along, open the file called landworks_purchasing, or just watch the video. When you receive a shipment, you'll want to compare the shipment with your purchase order and add the items to your inventory. So let's talk about receiving the bill at the same time as receiving the inventory items. When items are shipped with the bill, either you open the shipment box and right there staring at you in the face is the bill, or the bill is in an envelope attached to the outside of the box. So in Quickbooks, this is the one-step process. So in the Vendors section of the home page, click Receive Inventory and choose Receive Inventory with Bill. In the Enter Bills window, choose the vendor. So we'll choose Franklin Garden Equipment. After you choose the vendor, and if the vendor has a purchase order open, QuickBooks asks if you want to receive against one or more purchase orders. And we do, so click Yes. If you added a memo to the purchase order, it comes in handy here to help you associate the purchase order with the bill. But in this case, there's only one purchase order, so it's easy. Click to select it and click OK. QuickBooks fills out the rest of the bill for you. And this is where you check that the quantities received match the quantity you ordered, and change the quantity amount if necessary. So here, you'll notice that we're using the Items tab. In the other video on entering bills, we were entering bills for expenses and used only the Expenses tab. So scroll to check the quantities, and they seem to be okay. So I'll click Save and Close. When you save the bill, QuickBooks adds the items to inventory and enters the bill in the Pay Bills window. Let's open the items list, and you can see that the items have been added to inventory. And here you can see in the total quantity on hand, those items have been added. If you received a partial shipment against a purchase order, QuickBooks changes the purchase order based on the quantities received, and the purchase order would still be considered open, and the remaining items still on order. Now let's cover the case of receiving the bill before you receive inventory. Let's close the item list. Even if you receive the bill before you receive the inventory items you ordered, it's a good idea to wait until actually receiving the items before you pay the bill. For example, if you ordered something online, you might receive the bill by email before the shipment arrives. And in fact, QuickBooks doesn't provide a way to pay for inventory before you receive it. You can also receive inventory by paying the bill using a check or credit card. Or you can receive inventory when you purchase items over the counter. Occasionally, you may find a local business has great deals when buying multiples. It's often cheaper than wholesale mail order prices, taking into the account of not having to pay for shipping. But you still need to receive these items into inventory. And you can receive the items by recording either a check or a credit card purchase. So let's say we're writing a check. Go to Banking and choose Write Checks. And let's say you were at the store, so you would choose the store name here. Let's choose Tiny Box Store. Click the Items tab and choose the items you purchased at the store, and let's do light bulbs. Click in the quantity column and type the number you purchased, and this was 20. But these bulbs were on sale, so let's change the price in the cost column. So let's change it to $4.49 and press Tab. And QuickBooks is asking if we want to permanently change the price, and we don't. So click No. And this isn't being purchased for a customer or job, so we can just save it. And to save it, I'll have to maximize the window So we can click the Save and Close button. We go back to Minimize. And if you were paying by credit card, you would follow the same general process. Go to Banking and choose Enter Credit Card Charges. But since for this company file, I didn't set up a charge card, so let's click No. It's the same as writing a check practically. Okay, that's part 1 of receiving inventory items.